Hey friends, Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. Today we're test driving the 2015 Honda Civic Si. This is a car that's been around long enough now that it has almost a legendary or a cult status with a pretty good group of people out there, primarily the sport import tuner crowd. But I've always been a person that loves inexpensive front-wheel drive high-performance cars that are just fun to drive and well put together. Always been a GTI guy myself, so I've been really looking forward to test driving this car and see if it lives up to all the hype. The Honda Civic Si in its current form has been with us for some time, but received generous styling updates for the 2014 model year, which come to the 2015 model as well. These included a new hood and fender design to go along with its unique front fascia, which is decidedly more aggressive in its style. A new 18-inch wheel design with black painted insets really pops too, especially with our tester's orange fire pearl paint. At the rear, the SI's distinctive rear wing stands the test of time, looking pretty tastefully integrated here with the new taillights. There's also a unique rear fascia locking down the look with the expected large-scale exhaust tip. i-VTEC graphics are sported on the side flanks, almost a retro touch these days, as is the large rear wing, both of which reach back well into the model's 20-year run. Inside the Civic Si is a lot of special and unique too. It gets upgraded cloth sport seats which come exclusively in black and red. They're manually adjustable, but once set, very supportive and comfortable. The bi-level dash gets some very good looking carbon fiber style trims. It's not the real thing, but very well executed. Standard touches include the top-end 360 watt display audio system, full trip computer, and a multifunction sport steering wheel. The 6-speed manual shifter gets a very aftermarket-like genuine aluminum shift knob with rubber grip, which looks cool, but we'll get back to this in a minute. The infotainment system in our tester is the full-on satellite-linked navigation unit, which also serves up a full rear-view camera and Honda's innovative lane watch feature that shows you your right lane when you light up your right turn signal. I like that a lot. This interior is actually very well put together. I like it a lot. I like the design, fit and finish from Honda as I expect. It's always pretty good. There are a couple things I want to pick on though. The first one is these red and black seats. Now I like them, don't get me wrong. I love the cloth, I love the look. The problem is with this orange exterior color, to me it just sort of clashes a little bit. I'd really like to see them maybe offer body color keyed seat inserts. So if I had the orange, it'd have an orange seat, or at least offer me some other choice, or don't let me put the red with the orange. Small detail though, the other thing is this shift knob here, very high quality. It's got an aftermarket vibe to it. It's got an aluminum genuine top to it and a collar at the bottom. The problem is in the Arizona heat here, that thing gets hot and I burn my hand on it every single time I get in the car for the first time, and it burns your hand. I have to like shift it like this so that I don't have to wear asbestos gloves. Now the other thing is this infotainment system here, a lot of great functionality, it works very well, but the problem is it's missing some redundant hard controls for the most basic of things like volume, tuning, and it won't let you do a lot of things while you're driving that, well, a lot of other brands do, and that frankly is a little bit annoying to me. But outside of those things, it really does work well, and the sound system, it rocks, man. Rear seat space in the sedan is also more than adequate, with head and legroom near top of its class. There's a center armrest with cup holders, and the seats do of course fold down with a 60-40 split for an expanded cargo area. The trunk itself is rather impressive too for this class, offering a well-lined cargo area with 12.5 cubic feet of space. Below the deck you'll find a mini spare tire instead of the increasingly popular can of Fix-A-Flat and air pump. Under the hood is the starring attraction here, the 2.4-liter i-VTEC naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that cranks out a healthy 205 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque. Power is put down to the front wheels through a helical limited slip differential and only a 6-speed manual transmission. Man, this engine, I really do just love its sound, its perky personality, and the fact that it's a naturally aspirated engine with a good deal of power. It just really makes this car
a lot of fun to throw around up here on a mountain road. And the best part about it is, especially when you're coming out of curves on tight roads like this, well, because it's not turbocharged, it doesn't have any unpredictable turbo lag or that turbo power curve that comes on without your expectation. And so, well, it's just predictable. It's linear. It reacts the way you'd expect it to. And the best part about it, it's very high revving in its nature, and it sounds good at high RPM. A lot of engines, high RPM, they don't have sound. They've got noise, which is an entirely different thing. Oh, and the VTEC lights. It's got VTEC lights. Very retro.
When it comes to the chassis, the Honda Civic Si makes the best of its McPherson strut front and multi-link rear suspension, which got a significant retune last year to answer some of the critics who said it had lost some of its handling edge. It has electric power steering like most cars today, larger four-wheel disc brakes, larger anti-roll bars, of course, and our tester had the stickier 225/40R18 Continental Conti Sport Contact 5 tires, all of which seek to amp up the fun here.
The handling on this thing is really my biggest delight so far. It's tight, it's light, the steering has a really nice precise feel, it doesn't feel heavy and numb, and the chassis overall is tight as a drum, and so it's just a lot of fun. I mean, it really just is. It puts a smile on my face when I carve in and out of these corners like this, and the steering is just light enough to where it doesn't feel like you're pushing against anything. Whew. Now, I will say this, and the other nice surprise is that while it's firm enough and it's tight enough to really be a nice little canyon carver here, it doesn't beat you to death with an overly stiff spring and damper setting. It's just very comfortable. This road here has a lot of rough patches in it, and so far, it doesn't make the car unsettled at all. It doesn't send any shivers or rattles through my spine. It's just a delight. All right, I could do this all day, man. Whew. This thing is really a friend.
While fuel economy isn't always terribly important to many of the SI's customers, it's worth noting that the EPA rates it at 22 mpg city, 31 mpg highway, and gives it a 25 mpg combined rating. Worth noting even more is that in our week with the Honda Civic Si, we achieved an observed combined city and highway average of 32 mpg, far well and above what was promised, even with our stint in the mountains. When it comes to safety, the 2015 Honda Civic Sedan gets an IIHS Top Safety Pick honor due to its good ratings and their full battery of crash tests, including the brutal small overlap test. It misses the higher Top Safety Pick Plus designation only because it doesn't offer a high-end crash prevention system.
Rounding it up for the Honda Civic, I gotta tell you, I liked it a lot. So much, in fact, it goes on my I'd buy it list for 2015. I just think it's a great little package that's fun to drive. It's got great styling, and at that price right there, I really do think that it offers up a nice value. You can spend less. This one's fully loaded, but not very many other cars that you can really compete directly against this. Jetta GLI, certainly you can spend a lot more money there, and there are a few others. Now, fuel economy, 32 mpg for the week. I thought that was pretty good for a combined city and highway rating, more than what the window sticker promises too, so I was pretty impressed. Now, as we look at the stars here, all the different areas where I compared the car against its competition, it performed very well with the exception of a few of those interior details and that infotainment system, which while it has great features, a little bit difficult to use on the go, but overall, 4.5 stars for the week. Pretty good. I'm Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. I hope you enjoyed the ride. Now, if you liked the review you just saw, click on the link right there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do this all the time. We test drive on average 1 to 2 cars every single week, and we put up a new video almost every single day. News features, test drives, and other fun stuff, so stay tuned.